Okay, with our new reference plane in place here, the next thing to do would be to go back to the floor plan reference level, which you can do from your project browser, or you can just click the close X on the right hand side here, which will take you to the previous view you were working in. We don't want this one either. That's an elevation. Here's the reference level. And while we're here, it's important to note that even though we went into 3D and we changed the active work plane to the tabletop one, the bottom of tabletop, that doesn't mean that it happened anywhere else. Every view has its own active work plane, and we need to set it up in this view too. So I'm going to click on the set button one more time, and notice that there's nothing associated. There is no active work plane here at the time being. That's strange, but that's the case. And I'm going to choose the bottom of table one more time. Okay. And before I start creating any of these legs, I want to show you how to use a reference line. This is going to be used just as a guide. It's a lot different than the reference plane. It doesn't give you any kind of work surface. It's just simply a line that shows up in the one view where it was created and nowhere else. I'm going to use a rectangle to draw this and give it an offset of -1 inches, and that will simply place it slightly inside of the perimeter of my table, which is what I want. I want the legs to be built right up here near to the edge, but not at the edge. And now we can go create our next form, or extrusion, which is going to be a simple rectangle, square. And I'm going to assume that this is built with a 4x4. So make it 3.5 by 3.5 inches. Okay, once you have the first one, you're just going to copy that and place it in the other 4 corners. In this case, I'm going to use the mirror command to do this, the mirror pick axis, because I have an axis right in the middle. That flips it over to the other side. We'll do that once more, and that'll complete the remaining 2 legs. Okay, let's go into 3D. Look at what we've done here. Sure enough, those are hovering. They're going to start at the underside of the table, which is just what we want. If you want to see that viewport, or sorry, that work plane, there it is. Okay, and now we go back to properties again for the extrusion settings. And this time there's no reason to start 2 foot 5 inches from the floor. In fact, we want it to start right at our plane. So I'm going to enter 0, and I'm going to have that extend down about 6 inches. And when I accept that, you will see the outcome. There it is. And of course, as always, if you'd like, you can go look at this with a little bit of color. Not a lot of color yet, because applying materials is something that we'll do in the future. But there are the legs, and the next piece of the video tutorial will show you how to put a little skirt around, just a piece of trim around the bottom of the tabletop.